This is Brad Wells of SB Nation, and this is a shout out to Kevin and his crew at Hogs Haven, and a shout out to Bruce Raffle and his crew at Baltimore Beatdown. This is our recap of the Redskins' thrilling 31-28 comeback victory over the Baltimore Ravens in overtime. And for this recap, we're really just going to focus on the fourth quarter and overtime, in particular the last drive, because that's obviously where this game was decided. And the story of the game, as everyone knows, is the injury to Robert Griffin III. He just had a terrifying leg injury in the fourth quarter on that final drive. And down 8 points with less than 2 minutes left to play, RG3 really had the Redskins offense on the move. And then a 2nd and 19 from his own 27. Robert Griffin III scrambled to his left and gained 13 yards before Haloti Ngata just absolutely plastered him. And his leg just seemed to whiplash during the hit as he fell to the ground, and just looked absolutely terrifying. And you really had to wonder if RG3 was even going to be able to get up. But amazingly, he's a tough guy. He not only got up, but he continued to play and managed to get the Washington Redskins down to the Baltimore 16-yard line. But it was obvious that at some point Robert Griffin III's leg just simply was not responding. He wasn't able to put any weight on it. He just collapsed into a heap after an intentional grounding call on 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line, the Baltimore 16-yard line. And in came to the game Kirk Cousins, another rookie who has played very well at spot duty for Robert Griffin III. He came into the game, and it was Kirk Cousins who threw the game-tying touchdown, or potentially game-tying touchdown, to Pierre Garcon with 29 seconds left, 11-yard touchdown pass, and Garcon caught it. Now, they still needed to get the 2-point conversion, and Cousins called his own number, running up left guard to get the 2-point conversion. Tie ball game, 28-28. The game went into overtime, and in overtime, Richard Crawford of the Redskins returned a punt 64 yards to the Baltimore 24-yard line. And then 4 plays later, Kai Forbath kicked a 34-yard field goal to win the game. Redskins win the game. It's just an improbable comeback win for the Redskins, especially when you consider the injury to Robert Griffin III. Now, Griffin played well, and Kirk Cousins played well, but really the players of the game in this regard had to have been the running backs for both teams. Alfred Morris had 23 rushes for 122 yards and a touchdown, and Ray Rice had 20 rushes for 121 yards for a touchdown. Both teams ran the ball exceptionally well, and probably what this game came down to was turnovers. Joe Flacco had a really good game overall, but he also had 2 turnovers. He had an interception, and he had 2 fumbles, lost 1. Redskins quarterbacks did not turn the football over, and that might have been the difference in the ball game. Really, if you're a Washington fan, obviously you're elated. This is your second big comeback win in as many weeks. They have won 4 games in a row, 4 since coming off their bye. Mike Shanahan, the bye week, the guy's a warlock with this kind of stuff. If you're a Redskin fan, you're ecstatic. If you're a Baltimore fan, you really have to be uneasy about this defense. You have to feel better, though, at the fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers lost today and the Cincinnati Bengals lost today. So you didn't really lose any ground in your division, but you might have lost some ground in potentially getting a first-round bye in the playoffs. That doesn't look likely right now unless some other things happen. So that was our recap for the game. I know a Colts fan doing a recap of a Redskins and Ravens game seems a little odd, but I love all of you, and you know that. For SB Nation, I'm Brad Wells.